Good morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse, where yes, Mom does have a cold. In case I'm coughing and sneezing here. Not a horrible cold. I'm gonna be fine. Just wanted to apologize for the terrible sounds I'll be making. Mm. And we have another day of just bleh. Thoth ships, defeat captains on the ground, and play some Dabo. Is there any Dabo around here? I don't think there's any Dabo around here. Where is my closest Dabo table? Do, 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 do. Partisans will go over there.
Oh, look, it's a mom.
It is, Mom. I sent you a quick message letting you know I was running a few minutes late this morning.
Yeah, I saw it.
Doggers got me up at 3, and I'm like, okay, I can go back to bed. And about
Mm,
3:05, the headache starts. I haven't figured out why I get headaches when I wake up at 3. I used to get them really, really bad headaches almost exactly the same minute every night.
mm. If
And,
we lived 500 years ago, they've said it's a devil's hour, 3 a.m., and you probably have a demon in your head, but yeah, I can't have an explanation like that today.
and it's probably as accurate as anything is. Yes, but my
Wait.
head gets possessed with demons. But I hadn't had it for like 20, no, more than that. 30 years since I had a headache like that, where they were just coming and coming, and same night, same time every night, and we finally figured out a solution, though not a cause or a cure. Ooh, that was interesting. And my doctor's
Isn't the
like,
solution in response to a cause?
yeah, the
Usually.
doctor had a lot of theories, but couldn't nail anything down short of
No.
brain tumor, and it wasn't a brain tumor. So his suggestion was, it's going to sound weird, but take a bottle of Coca-Cola with you, a small bottle, and when the headache hits, as soon as you feel it hit, take a couple of sips of Coke or anything with a fair amount of caffeine and some sugar. And lo and behold, yeah, that would, after about 20 minutes, it would just be enough that the headache would fade away and I could go back to sleep. And I did that for probably a year, and then the headaches just stopped and never came back until now.
Try the Coca-Cola again?
I will do that. I have not had soda pop in my house since I moved in and I got it for somebody else. I'm just not a soda pop person. But yeah, that's a brilliant idea, Chris. Since it worked in the past, why not just deal with it and try it for the future?
I would still analyze what's the body's reaction to that amount of caffeine slash sugar, because that might actually point you to a direction.
Yeah. Oh, and
What's causing it?
it's not even a whole bottle or even a glass.
No,
He's like
no, it's
a couple of sips.
it's the initial reaction from
Yeah.
it, because the thing is that there are substances, and I remember I've seen some analyses on this, that technically Coke has enough sugar to literally overwhelm the organism, the body, but there is a substance in it that is producing some sort of reaction that is suppressing that initial sugar rush,
Yeah.
if you call it.
Well, it
And
could.
I'm not sure if that's not the initial response that is kind of indicative of what's actually maybe why is it affecting a potential headache like this?
So there's two things that come to mind. So since we did Coca-Cola and I don't do artificial sweeteners, it, this is not me telling you they're bad for you. If they work for you, they work for you. They just trigger migraines for me, and I can't do that. But
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
if it's the caffeine, what does caffeine do? It's a vasodilator. It helps open up the lungs. It helps expand blood vessels. So, like, if it was almost, oh, I got my 500 good. So it will elevate your blood pressure slightly, but it will also help relax everything. So if it's a vasoconstriction thing in the head, that might help
Mm,
relax the blood vessels in the head. Though actually you
yeah.
don't have headaches in the head, but anyway, yeah. Or in the neck, or wherever it is. And then the sugar thing could be, kind of hypoglycemic because a lot of times I'll eat dinner 6 hours before I go to bed, and then my next meal isn't for another 8 hours. So it's like a 12-hour fast sometimes. So maybe the sugar just makes up for, your blood sugar dropping. So good points, Chris. So I'm going to break that down into two separate functions there. If it's hypoglycemia, my blood sugar drops too low, the fastest sugar hit you can get for your bloodstream is, weirdly enough, potatoes. So I'll get some potato chips and put them by my bed in a container, because otherwise the dogs will be eating my potato chips. I will hear the little crunch, 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 and see if that helps, along with some water. If that helps, well, then it's not the caffeine, it's the sugar
Yeah.
component. And if that
Sometimes
doesn't
it's just
help,
through elimination, yeah.
yeah. But what the heck? I just hate this really annoying headache, and I'm super sensitive to light, which makes playing on the computer somewhat more challenging than it should be.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Good morning.
Good morning, what's the hell? Do you ever sleep?
Nah.
I didn't think so.
I mean, he lives in a time zone where it's actually an hour from noon right now, so I wouldn't expect him to be in bed right now.
Yeah, but he was on with us last night. And
Yes,
what was
indeed.
at the
Then I went
equivalent?
to work.
Ah. So
Okay,
you were
that
working
begs
while
the
some of
question,
us
do you
were
ever sleep?
sleeping.
Shouldn't you sleep trying to sleep off the work?
Eventually.
Right.
I used to work 24/7 on call, but not on call, which is really interesting. But I had to be available, so the whole time I was working for that place, I don't think I slept well for 4 years. Great job, and certainly one I loved. But shortly after I left there, I had to leave town for like a week to go on a business trip, and I slept. I'd forgotten what it was like to sleep. Yes, I had at that time we had pagers. But if it went off, the world wasn't going to end. Versus when I worked at the hospital, if the pager went off, something bad was happening. Good morning, my starlight.
Is that one of those deals where they tell you you are not on call officially, but we'd like you to be available anyways?
Oh, no, no, no. This is very much officially on call, and I was paid for it. We rotated the on call, but I was the boss of all of them, so no matter what, I was on call. Yeah, it's 24/7 with the pager. But it had its advantages. When my mother-in-law would come to town, she'd be like, "Oh, we're going to go do this as a family trip. Oh, I have to be within 90 minutes availability of the hospital, so I can't join you." Oh, no. Shucks.
Oh, such a bummer.
Yeah. I had a running
Oh,
joke with my boss, which was, "Hey, my mother-in-law's coming to town. Can I be on call for the next 3 weeks?" He's like, "Sure, that's no problem." He had an interesting mother-in-law also. All
he
right.
understood.
Oh, I have one more. Oh, I thought I only had one more captain on the ground. Uh,
I
Captain's
just
on.
accidentally completed one of my endeavors.
Accidentally. How did you do
Well, I
that?
was running a patrol and it just randomly spawned the enemy I was supposed to kill, and I didn't realize it until it actually finished it up, and I'm like, oh, damn.
Well, that's nice, though. I mean, accidentally completing things is a joy.
Yeah, but it was Borg and ships in space, so...
Oh, one of the fun ones we could have done. Well, I have Voth ships, which is not exciting, but we can certainly go do them. Let's go run up here and see if we can get us a captain. I think we finished off the 50,000 last night for everybody. We had the big party of killing off everybody and healing everybody, and then alternating. Okay, there's my second captain. I got those
all
two
got
done.
our hulls
We,
blast.
we got the hull done. We had people join us for doing the hull stuff, so that was a fun night. I just realized every time I come to Nimbus and I'm picking up stuff from the drops, I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 foods in that last two things that I did. That's ridiculous. It's all food here. I'm just trying to... Oh, that was a nice move. Now I'm just trying to get out of here. More feline supplements. Goodness gracious.
I would have had an explosive diarrhea event this morning.
Oh?
I don't know what's what. I haven't given them anything that could have caused it.
Okay, I want you to know, I heard that as you had an explosive
No,
diarrhea
Doug
event.
had.
The talk, yep. So every now and then the audio just cuts out little bits of it, and
Oh,
your brain fills in the
so.
rest of the missing words. So that was a very interesting statement.
Oh, Jesus, no.
But as long as you're okay, that's fine.
I would not overshare that piece of information if it was me.
One would hope. One would hope. Oh, apparently I have to do the Nimbus dance party. Let's give up there. Let's do that.
I don't really know what happened. It's just like.
Donkeys are like that sometimes.
I mean, I don't blame him, but I'm wondering what's happening and what's it with his gut.
Well, yeah. That's always the situation. Did they
Drink
eat?
all of your coffee.
I had
Pardon?
a package of probiotics. I should give it to them.
Yes, absolutely. My vet recommended that for my dogs, and I'm like, I don't even do that for me. She goes, well, you should do it for you too then. Stop being reasonable. Stop being reasonable.
Antibiotics?
Probiotics. Little pills that help with your gut flora and fauna. In theory, it should help increase absorption of food, but reality is it just kind of regulates everything so that matters move more smoothly and consistently through your system. I'm trying to put this as gracefully as I can. Would either of you like to join me for a little destroy some Voth ships?
Sure.
Where?
We could go to Nasorden.
Okay.
I don't really want to go to Vothalandia.
Why? It's so fun.
It is. Why are my eyes bothering me so much? There you are. Alright, so the patrol is Aftermath in the Nasorden system. And advanced. I only need 30 ships. I figure if we go to Elite, it'll take more time and won't really gain us anything extra.
I don't think it increases the numbers, honestly.
Well, the more people you bring in, it brings in more numbers. So if you're doing it solo, I might do Elite just to get the extra numbers to make sure I get the 30. Both three of us, we should get 30.
Okay. Going into the sorting system now.
I'm trying to get there. Do either of you need to do any of the Klingon stuff yet?
I could do.
Okay.
I haven't done mine yet.
I just wanted to make sure we're covering all bases here.
Yeah, I can do Klingon stuff.
Okay. Mine's not till late this afternoon, so I'll just do it now and play with you guys and have some fun. Actually, that's not true. I have something I can do. I just have to switch characters. Well, what happened there?
That was a bit laggy.
Okay.
It was.
And no,
Some rubber banding on top of it.
I was rubber banding all over Nimbus this morning.
Hmm.
Thank you for coming.
I thought it was me because my internet's been really dicey. Wow. It's doing it again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll make our way to a base to complete repairs.
Techno-organic trash? You in kindergarten calling each other names?
Okay, so I'm running into an
Rude.
issue where I'm just not doing anything. I can see the game playing. I can't
Yeah,
move.
I've seen rubber banding and lag like this that is completely blocking you. You do seem like you're stuck in an animation
am.
turning slightly.
I'm still getting some credit for your kills, but
Yeah, your ship is stuck. Do you have like server not responding thing?
no, not at all. This is what's been happening to me with Stowe for a while now.
Because your ship is like hovering tilted during a turn, which isn't completing and it's not moving.
Yeah. Okay, let me try something here.
You see my ship moving around? Dude?
Oh, I can see you guys. I can see other things happening. I can see everything going on. But I can't move. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if it's a stuck function, though. I don't think I'm stuck in anything. Nope. It's just not communicating.
That's weird. Definitely not your network, because I hear you fine.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's something with Stowe. Well, I'm apparently getting all these Voth ships without having to move.
Win-win situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
For your timely assistance.
It's just very annoying.
Cooperative appreciates your efforts.
So like this, I've got my screen that comes up where I can hear the cooperative rescue ship talking to me, but if I click on the acknowledged, it still shows up, or it won't clear, but I can get the
Large force incoming. Preparing defense station.
drops. This is really annoying. This has been happening for the last almost a week. Now I'm moving. Okay. Or is that the other ship that's moving now? Let's see if I can clear that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, now maybe I'm moving? No, I'm moving. Yay. That was
How did you
weird.
die?
And now it's just rubber banding all over the place. Apparently I got the 30 ships before I had to fire a weapon. This is why we have friends, so they do all the work for you. So I don't think
I see
that's
how it is.
me, but nobody else seems to have been complaining about this particular issue in chat, so I don't think it's them either.
I mean, I haven't been stuck for that long period of time, but I've seen that happen before, for shorter periods.
And the funny thing is, Pi's issues with the server finally have been resolved.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where he couldn't. It might take him 10 or 12 attempts to get into a patrol, for example. Unless he was the first one
What
in.
is happening there then?
What? With it getting locked? I don't know. I do not know if it's me, because they've been working on my internet. If it's them, I can depart the system. Hang on, I'm going to take a quick check here on Mr. Internet speeds. Which one did we like? No, that's not the one I like. Yeah, we'll do this one just because consistent. Yeah, I should be getting 2 gig. I'm getting 360. Small issue there. Amazingly, my upload speed is decent for here.
Bandwidth should be fine. Maybe there's a latency issue.
That could be. Well, hang on, I'm going to switch to a different character entirely, and then we can go run the Klingon event. So if you'll give me 1 second here, I'm going to switch screens. Oh, this is really interesting. There we go. Well, that's back. But if you're watching on Twitch, you'll notice that I've got a partial loading screen, but no characters appearing. I don't know exactly what's happening. This is what it does. It just gets to this point and freezes. And then I threaten it. And then it comes back. Okay. Threat engaged.
Threaten it.
Yeah. I go to task
We're
manager.
having some package loss issue.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. What is going on there? All right, let's see if we can fix that. Even the threat's not working today. One moment, I'm going to go back to my other screen. Okay, it's working now for the moment. Fingers are crossed. Go. Oh, and Q is gone now. Let's see. So I don't have any of you as friends in this one, which means you probably don't have me as friends either. Let's see if we can do... We're going to make you friends here. Oh, really? I can't even type now? I've sent a friend invitation. Chris? And what's the hell? Give me...
Is that a new account?
This is the one that I've been nannying. I've been watching over this one for somebody else.
Oh, that's interesting. NASA's Voyager spacecraft has discovered a colossal wall of fire at the edge of solar system.
What's the hell? What's your handle in the game? WOTZHELL?
Then the pound sign, then 3295.
That would explain it.
But the
There we
search
go.
engine should... Ah. The search engine should find me.
It requires the numbers now. It can't just go partials anymore because they don't love me.
Yeah, it's totally personal. Yep.
Neat.
Oh, you guys are still in the other team. That's why.
Yes,
I was trying to invite you. Would one of you like...
the team?
Or
Or not.
Yeah, no, left the team and now you
Okay.
can invite.
Alrighty. Let's try that again. There we go. Now you're invited to my party. So yeah, I have a friend who can't always get to his account every day, so on the days when he can't, I try and handle it. And do we have a preference in what we're going to do for the Klingons?
Not really. Don't care.
Let's see. Defense
Well,
battle at
what's
binary,
there?
best serve cold, remain Klingon, Operation Riposte, or to hell with honor.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I would mind, so don't do it. Binary stars, everything else is fine.
Okay, we did remain Klingon last night, and it went pretty fast if everybody knows what they're doing. Otherwise, Defense Starbase 1 seems to be the best bet. Do we want to risk people being on top of the game at 6 in the morning? No, we're going to do Defense Starbase 1. So we did remain Klingon last night. Did we have, we either had 4 people or 5 people, so we could talk to each other and go, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. And it worked really well. We were out of there in less than 10 minutes. Oh, we're not doing flashy flashies. Why are we not doing flashy flashies? Let's try it this way then. That could be me again having fun. Now we got a green light. All right. So, both of you live over there in Europe. You're familiar with rice pudding? You know, rice that's cooked in milk with a little sugar and
No.
butter? Wee-woo?
Yes.
You
We will indeed.
I'm not aware of it.
You're not aware of it. Okay,
I
so
am.
I used to make it and it was fantastic, and I switched to a better, top quality Japanese rice to make it, and it has been awful. I do not know how I'm screwing it up now.
I mean, you talked about it before, but I still don't know what it is because we don't have it here.
It's just rice cooked in milk with a little butter and sugar. And
Sounds fattening.
it actually isn't, because
Oh, yes.
if you do it right, yeah, when you put in the whipping cream and the extra butter, the extra sugar. But I make it because it's kind of a nice treat. And the last 2 times I've made it, it's been miserable. I think I just need to go back to cheap rice once again.
Did you buy expensive rice?
Yes, $13 a bag. Really expensive rice.
Hey, I
Top.
think expensive rice is for sushi and stuff.
You know, it is for sushi, but you know, this is one of our favorite things to eat. And I thought it's worth doing it. It is not worth doing it.
Normal rice. I hear that generally sushi rice is different with sweet stuff.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I used to use just plain old, quite inexpensive, generic short grain rice.
That's what you should probably use.
And yeah, I will definitely go back to doing that. Why would somebody do the rift here? I'm gonna say
What
these.
rift?
Somebody used one of the mycelial rift things, and there aren't any enemies that are that important here. What have I got for
In
engines
this
on
TFO,
this?
there aren't any in general.
Do I not have
Put
a...
the gravity well here. Put your anomalies here. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, this is just a fine one for a whole bunch of jellyfish. This ship needs a different set of engines on it. I'd blame the game this time, but I think this is just they have generic engines on a ship.
Why have I never seen Chris's ship class with the name Clearwater Revival?
Oh! Of course! Perfect!
What?
The Credence class.
There was
There
a...
Yeah.
was a band once called Credence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah, sure was.
Never heard of
And
it.
I can
You've never heard of...
virtually-
Oh,
Yeah, I can virtually guarantee you that you know at least one of their songs.
oh yeah.
Picture in your mind the following: American soldier sitting in the door of a helicopter. He's he's a door gunner maybe, and he's flying in the over Vietnam's jungle. It is American war movie.
I avoided watching those like a plague, so
Okay.
I don't think
You,
I've
you
seen
still
it.
might have heard a lot of it because so much credence goes into movies of the period.
Music that is playing in the background is Fortunate Son.
Yep. I will send you a link to some of them, Chris, because I suspect you may have heard them and never realized that. Because it's a lot of their songs are just ubiquitous. They're definitely American pieces of music for the period. Looking out my back door. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Tangerines and elephants. Okay, not that one. Come on, folks, give us another Creedence song. Fortunate Son, Back Door. What was his name? the lead singer who went on and did a solo career after that.
I blanking right now on
Yeah,
titles, but
but-
I do know some others.
Like, yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. There's the baseball song Centerfield, but that was by the solo artist.
Maybe something that is used often in soundtracks.
Yeah, so much of their music's in soundtracks. Well, I started typing Creedence Clearwater Revival songs, and it still feels Fortunate Son, looking out my back door. Have you ever seen the rain? Up around the bend, they did a cover of Proud Mary. They did Grapevine.
Not it through the grapevine?
Yeah, they did a cover of it. Not the original, obviously.
Yeah, but how many covers does that song have?
How many bands are there?
Oh,
Oh, they did a cover of Proud Mary, so. John Fogerty, that's who it was. That was his name.
he ain't no senator's son.
Yep. Did they use some of it in Forrest Gump?
Probably.
Now here's the thing. I've never seen Forrest Gump.
What?
Yeah, I know. There was a time when I really did not like Tom Hanks. Really did not like Tom Hanks as an actor. I don't know what thing I saw him in that I'm just like, nope. Not dislike him as a person, just as an actor. And if he was in a movie, I pretty much avoided it. So I've never. I read Forrest Gump, read the book, liked the book, and then
I
I saw.
didn't know there was a Forrest Gump book.
I don't know if it came before or after, if it was a novelization of the movie or if it was the original on which the movie was based. But when he was in Philadelphia, that's when I decided I liked him all over again. Oh, I do love that Lost Souls thing with the faces just kind of appearing. Let's see, it was in Forrest Gump, The Big Lebowski, Suicide Squad, American Werewolf in London. Let's see what else. Blade. Tropic Thunder. The Expendables. The Dogs. Let's see, what does this character... Oh, this character needs everything. I'll start from the top and go with Romulans.
There will be a tomorrow.
Excuse me one moment. Girls.
Sure.
Girls. Anybody want a dog?
Nah.
Info.
Oh, hi, Grouse. Grouse says, I need to see Forrest Gump, and the book came first. Oh, well, I read the book. Even better. Hey, I'm going to switch back to my main tune, so give me a sec here. I'm going to switch off the screen. Okay, now it's working for the screen changing. Maybe. I say that and then it locks up on the splash page. There it goes. Yay! Woo! What is going on with my internet?
It is not your internet, which is nice, but yeah, you can do nothing about it. There's
Yeah.
a packet loss on the streak to your internet or to your provider.
Huh. La, 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 la. Well, all the things I could do for a fix on my side is minimal. And it would explain why they're working on the internet here locally. Oh, see, it died again. Well, the fact that it doesn't toss me out of the stream tends to make me think it's more stow related because I'm not having this with any other things that I do.
Yeah, I keep saying stream looks fine. I think
Yeah,
it's
no, the
something
stream's been fine. And we were
with the
playing
servers.
Warhammer yesterday afternoon with no issues like this at all.
Yeah,
So
see,
no
there's
issues with
something wrong.
You know,
anyone working with your local internet. Maybe someone is working on the local internet in California.
that local internet, yeah. Well, they did do some server changes, last week, 2 weeks ago to Stowe, and that's about when my issues started, but it's also when Pi's issues stopped. So it could be related to that. Yeah, there's some things I could try here. I will try some of the other things and see if I can't make this happen. I didn't do repair 50,000 hull of teammates on this account yesterday? What? And the rest of this is all ground, so we can just have some fun now.
No, let's just go and get Terran ships in the battle zone, so I need to go to
The battle zone. All
the
right,
Badlands.
off to the Badlands, everybody. Away. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the Sinkethy battle zone.
On my way.
Let's see. Shoot. What is that one?
Let's do this
Good
big
acid
top.
struggle. Okay.
Come on.
There we go. And by the way, good morning, Graz. How are you doing? You did say Badlands battle zone, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Just double checking.
Alright, I ain't saying anything. I put him a few kibbles into his bowl, but he's reluctant to eat them. It's not a full meal. It's not provided with a addition of meat from the pack. It's unedible, unacceptable. I'm like, well, sorry, I'm not gonna fuel your explosive
Oh yeah, no,
diarrhea.
nobody, nope.
If it doesn't go away, then I'll just have to visit the vet again.
Oh, he'll love that. He loves that
Okay.
vet.
I mean, he loves the vet in general.
That's what you said.
He doesn't want to leave. After the visit, the 3 or 4 days after the visit, he wants to go. He looked over that all the time.
Where are we
So
off
my
to?
dog that used to be noted as aggressive, because my previous dog hated the vet to a point where he became aggressive. He
Oh,
never was aggressive anywhere else, which is telling how the shelter, the dog pound, actually treated him.
yeah.
With the vet visits, yeah, this is a really weird change for me.
Where would you like to go, Chris? Since it's a brand new
I
map.
do not care.
Well,
If
hit
it's a brand new map, then I would like to go 11 o'clock,
11 o'clock? Okay.
because I like this one.
Okay. On my way. I'm behind you.
Oh, actually, we can stop here. This is the same thing.
Okay.
The station is drawing power from an auxiliary satellite. Shut it down to drop the metaphasic shields. The station's metaphasic shields
Wow.
have dropped. Focus fire on the plasma control station. The station is drawing power from an auxiliary satellite. Shut it down to drop the metaphasic shields.
And that's me.
Well, dang. Don't make it easy or anything. You want to finish up this particular one?
Station's metaphasic shields have dropped. Focus fire on the plasma control station. The station
Do we know if those ships that are coming in the bundle are actually legendary?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Mostly because they're not
Does that mean
legendary.
they need? Does that mean that they need a fleet version, or
That's a really good question. I don't know.
are they equal to the Terran ships, which are also not legendary but also do not have fleet versions?
You know, that's a really good question.
No.
They might
I
have an
only asked good
answer.
questions.
metaphasic shields have dropped.
You know who knows? Either Spencer or Stu. I'm sure they both already know that because, you know, they pay attention as opposed to me going, "Ooh, it's a ship. And it looks pretty."
Drop
Which-
the fleet ship mechanic by now.
Well, they keep making...
When was the last new ship where you have to fleetify it?
I don't
Mm,
I don't remember. The reason I've got a ton of fleet kit modules, you know, so you can upgrade your ships, is because otherwise when I'm going to reputation, that thing sits in my face and I can't easily scroll to other things. It's just sitting right there at the top. It's like, fine, I'll just buy it to get it out of my face.
Yeah.
All right, where are we going? We got...
But then it sits in your bank, and then you need to scroll past that.
Yeah, but you know what? I can throw that over to one side and just deal with it later. I have engineering team.
I scroll past the fleet ship module the 2 or 3 times I need to go into each list of each reputation to maybe look at it.
What are we...
Reputation stuff is getting a bit old.
Yeah, they need to upgrade reputation stuff. Fine-tune that list. There's still some things, you know, the Tilly's stuff is still pretty good. Some of the Discovery stuff is still pretty good. There's a few things you really need to have, but I realize they keep coming out with more things, but I think it wouldn't hurt to go back and look at the old reputation and maybe tweak it a
Some
bit.
of the Discovery reputation is nice, but then with the rest you're getting into specialty needs, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, go back...
Omega Shield and Mako set are nice to have for your bridge officers because they the stat boni of those armors will the entire team.
Go back and look at things like the Romulan Disruptor flamethrowers. No. Just no. The Romulan space set.
Are falling backwards.
Yeah. That would all be fun stuff to make the reputation worthwhile. Though, Romulans still have the elite Scorpion hangar pets. That's almost worth having. But there's not a lot for Romulans. One of the things I do with Reputation is I simply do it so that I can have a place to burn my marks, or I just don't even buy equipment there and just trade in, get them, trade in marks, blah, 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 use it to convert things to other things. What are we doing next? It is 6:47. I have about
I
15
need
minutes.
to murder some Tholian ships.
Oh, absolutely. What is your Tholian death preference?
I don't know. Can I have some input?
Well, there's always Archer.
There's always Azure Nebula.
There's always, sure, Nebula.
I would prefer the Archer system.
Archer system it is. Let me get over there. Do I not have a shortcut for that one? Gotta clean these out here.
Not a direct one, but
Yeah, my usual one is I just do Sphere of Influence.
I'll go to Romulus and then
Yep. It gets you closer.
Archer is very close. Yeah. Pardon my munching, I just have a few cookies.
Oh, yummy. What kind of cookies?
Oat. I think that oat cookies?
Mm-hmm. With an...
Oatmeal.
Meal cookie, yeah. And I have Miller Milch, which is like a milk drink.
Ah, a milk drink with fruit in it.
No.
With fruit juice.
Well, this one actually
and
is
food coloring.
apple pie taste.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's actually delicious.
I have to relay a story that we were watching last night, or talking about last night, about somebody on TikTok who was pouring himself a glass of Nestle's Quick strawberry milk, and who was going, it's vegan because the milk comes from the strawberries. And I think he was serious.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, people are making milk out of
it's not. It's just artificial It's artificial strawberry flavoring and sugar that's added to milk. That's all it is. It is not, definitely not milk from strawberries, and that would be called strawberry juice anyway.
Well, they're making milk from almonds and from oats.
Yes.
So why can't they make milk from strawberries?
That's absolutely a legitimate question. It's also a very funny question. I just think people are not always as sharp as they should be. We're all here. Let us do this thing.
I don't want to get political, but judging by current leadership, if I was you, I would not be surprised that there are people that are very daft.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no. Well, it's idiocracy played out in real life. It's kind of scary. It's a Grass! Good morning, Grass.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good, you?
Doing good, doing good.
I'm kind of surprised you haven't seen Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I know. It was during my I don't like Tom Hanks phase.
Which you haven't really outgrown now, though.
Well,
right?
I've changed, yes, but I don't go back and revisit a lot of stuff. What's really weird is Gary Sinise was in it, right?
Yes.
Forrest Gump, yes.
For reasons I won't go into, I have a connection with his family.
Oh.
And I had no idea he was in that movie till somebody in his family mentioned it to me, and I'm like, I probably should go watch that then. I still haven't watched it.
Wow. You lied.
Yeah, no, I didn't lie.
I'll say this. Tom Hanks actually, in his comedy years, he was okay as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
But when he switched over to more non-dramatic, non-comedic roles,
Uh-huh.
he actually started growing as an actor. At
Oh,
least.
that could be it. That could be why I didn't like him earlier, and I'm beginning to like him a lot more now. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah, I
after
think he
Philadelphia, I
started his
really enjoyed
career-
him.
He started his career more with comedy stuff than
Yeah, he
drama,
was
I think.
in a little show. Was it, what was the comedy he was in on television? He played two guys. They were cross dressers to get into a woman's dorm for college or something like that.
No idea.
Give me a second here. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. What was it called? His IMDb is really long. Oh, he was
Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies. Right. That goes way back. So far back that he's actually on page 2 of
Yeah,
his.
it was like it was 1980 when
Wow. That's crazy.
that was 46 years ago.
And that could be why, because I think I saw parts of that show once and I went, no.
It sounds very creepy.
These days, yes, it would be really creepy. Back then, it was, if I remember right, the premise was they needed to get into a college dorm or something, and the only way they could do it was he and another guy decided to dress up as women, and they would share where they were living, so it wasn't like the creepiest of creepy things, but it was still pretty creepy.
Yeah, it's the same way if you approach Mrs. Doubtfire and you change the perspective on the main character as a creep who sneaks into his family where he has a restraining order or whatever, dressed as a woman, you know.
The premise is two fun-loving bachelors with limited funds move into a women's hotel after losing their apartment. That was it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Tom Hanks' son, Colin, actually played a major guest star in an entire season of Dexter, season 6,
Really?
with James Olmos in
Oh.
a duet. It had an incredibly genius plot twist about James Olmos' character. Like,
He
2/3
actually
into the
cut
season.
Adama.
What?
He's actually Captain Adama.
Yeah. No. He was playing a biblical scholar who was kind of insane in his belief system because he thought that he can bring in the Book of Revelation real. He can bring it at Doomsday if you fill out all the prophecies yourself. And Colin was his disciple character, and he followed him religiously. And there's a plot twist that we see them interact. We see the professor like strong-arming him into submission in many ways, including like throwing out his sister and being mean to people and stuff, and killing others as well, in the name of this belief system. And there's a plot twist that actually that character James Olmos plays has been dead for months, and it's been all in his head, and we've never been given a hint. That was so brilliantly done.
That is cool.
There was not even a hint that he's dead. Like, but there's the thing. When you look at that season again, and you're like, wait a second, not a single person that Colin's character interacts with him acknowledges the professor's presence, even if he's there. And this is so brilliantly done because you don't see it until you know it. And it's like, oh my god.
Well, if you go back and watch Sixth Sense after you know how it ends, it's like, you're right. You don't realize it because it's so well executed.
I don't want to do it.
Plenty of cheat sheets to be had for that kind of trope. If someone is dead, but you find out later.
Well, no, that's the thing. It was his Colin was actually so insane that he was having his dead professor in his mind even after he killed him. This was that level of psychosis he was in.
Cliff needs to do the event, so I'm going to invite him to a party here.
but it was done so well. I remember I was like, oh my god. I had to pause and I had to like process this because like, how did I not see this? So well done.
Let me interrupt real
Right.
quick. Cliff needs to run the event. Do you guys okay with running it one more time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cliff, you got a preference? Or do you just want to do down and dirty? We'll do Defense of Starbase 1 just to be done with it.
Well, all of them can be done easily because they're all in event level.
Yeah, but like, what is it? To Hell with Honor? No, is that the one?
Yeah.
That's not the one. Oh, the cold one. Best Served
Best
Cold
Served
takes a while because it's time
Yeah,
gated
yeah.
when you have to go pick those up. Just to be done with it. Okay.
Hell with Honor can be done pretty quickly though.
Yeah, with a decent team. Yeah. Okay.
On an event level?
That's
Not
true.
great, not
Okay.
a problem.
Wee woo. Oh, now
Wee woo.
Cliff wants Starbase 1. It's too late, Cliff. We're doing To Hell with
No,
Honor.
we kind of clicked, so
Yep. You're coming along for the ride, Cliff. Just take a deep breath and here we go.
Bite your shirt, we're going in dry.
Oh my goodness.
Because there's no water on that moon. I mean,
Yep. Oh yeah.
or something.
That is if
I
we're
don't
Maybe
know.
there was.
if we're
Maybe there
launching.
was.
Come on, are we launching? Yeah, we're launching.
Yeah, it takes a while sometimes.
I have to go to the gym today. I skipped yesterday because somebody, Taz, talked me into playing Space Marine yesterday. Which I gotta say was a lot of fun. Space Marine is large fun. Here we go.
What to
Okay,
say?
let me see.
Suddenly my ship jiggled a bit. My
So
ship
I
is
switch off
excited.
music in the game. Can't stand this music in this TFO. Just no.
Somebody, what's the hell, ruined it for me yesterday by singing Kill the Klingons with it.
Kill the
Yes.
Klingons,
Kill
kill
the
the
Kling-
Klingons,
Yeah, exactly.
Kill the Klingons, kill the Klingons.
Yep.
Yeah,
So now every time this starts up, I see Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, and Kill the Klingons.
Kill the Wabbit, kill the Wabbit. Just
Bugs
perfection.
Bunny is a Klingon rabbit in that fantasy.
I know he's wearing the horned stuff and all that.
No, that was Elmer. But Bugs did actually wear it briefly.
There is a box of dilithium back there, and it's not giving me a take item. Thank you.
Rude.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny will be saying, Kapla, dog.
Yeah. Kapla, dog.
You guys are ruining Bugs Bunny for me.
Will it be better if I switch over to Mick Mick?
No, let's just ruin Bugs Bunny. I can maintain that joke in my head really well.
Kill the Wabbit, kill the Wabbit, kill the Wabbit. Kill the Wabbit?
Hey, for a lot of people, this is the first introduction they had to classical music was Kill the Wabbit.
I became to love opera, old classical opera
Yeah.
themes because of those episodes. And, you know, it's funny because I still have an appreciation for all of that.
Barber of Seville. Do-do-do-do. I can still
Yeah,
see
well,
Bugs
thinking,
Bunny massaging the monster's head with his feet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Polish TV must have filled with music from Shostakovich or something.
Yeah, I like Shostakovich.
Who doesn't?
I went to a concert with a co-worker and his then girlfriend. I think they got married since. And it's music I grew up with. It was Scheherazade. And she's like, I've never heard this before the concert. I said, oh, as soon as it starts playing, you're going to recognize all of it. She never did. I'm like,
Oh, well,
how did you not know this?
Lived under a rock.
She is actually extremely well educated, and I just was astonished that she'd never heard it. I went to a piano concerto a couple months ago, and off the title, I didn't know which one it was, which is okay because I like piano concertos. And the pianist sits down, the orchestra starts, the pianist begins. I'm like, hold on, I know this piece. I just didn't know what it was. Oh, it's so nice when you're listening to something and you know all of it, and you hear it performed well.
I had a similar thing where there's a cooking show on PBS.
Yeah?
The Frugal Gourmet, I
Yeah,
believe.
I remember the Frugal Gourmet.
And music in it, I liked. And for the entrance outro, I believe. And my dad says it's actually a piece of my handle. They only tweaked it a little bit for the show, giving it a little bit more fresh tempo.
I didn't even realize that. Great. Whatever happened to the Frugal Gourmet? I know there was some scandal, but I never heard what the details were. It was right as cooking shows were just kind of moving past Julia Child. She was still around.
Yeah.
But there was the Frugal Gourmet, there was the Cajun guy whose name totally eludes me.
Yeah.
This is definitely pre-cable for all of you who have no idea who we're talking about. There was a time before cable.
Well, actually, I think it was kind of in the middle of, or early part of cable.
Well, when cable was like the way you'd get the signal versus what it is now in terms of it's everything.
Yeah.
There was no cooking channel, there was no Food Network, there was no anything.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here.
Neat.
And you want to see the little promo they did on the Oscars for Mandalorian and
No, I saw the preview at the theater when we went to see whatever we went to see. When we went to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the other night.
well, they did a tease with Pedro Pascal and Sigourney Weaver, who actually got herself into that film,
Oh,
apparently.
I like Sigourney Weaver.
And she did her shtick from Aliens. Because they had Grogu animated in the audience, sitting in the chair next to, I don't know, an actress, I don't know her name. And she was like, I see you there, Grogu. And she saw that the actress was fondling him. Of course, it was staged. But she was like, get away from her, you bitch. And I was just like, oh my god, she pulled it off. Like, it was so amazing. Of course, Pedro Pascal fanboyed a bit about that. And she was like, this is my maternal side, maternal instincts.
He probably had to explain that for some younger people who don't remember the Alien movie.
Oh no, actually, the
Aliens
Alien
was
movie is actually so well known that even people that weren't around when those films were about are still quite aware of it.
It kind of makes sense.
I have not run into many because Alien is still quite present in pop culture, even if like you weren't there when they had theater release or whatever, really releases whatsoever. There's still like new Alien movies with Fede Alvarez's movie and still stuff like that. So it's pretty nice that they've actually they kept it alive and still valid to a point where it's like in the games, in video games. So you actually get invested and get into it.
They're
By the way,
actually
apparently.
running Alien on Disney Plus, so yeah, it's readily accessible.
Yeah, you have it everywhere, literally. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's no problem of it being like kind of obscure these days because it's still relevant. There are video games which are pretty decent with it as well. Which, by the way, everyone knows about Alien Romulus sequel might not be happening,
Yeah, I heard that at least for the moment it has been.
and it's because Fede Alvarez kind of walked out because of a dispute with Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott, yeah. I don't know that it's going to kill it entirely, but I think it's going to put it on hold, which might not be a bad thing.
Well, the only reason why I got a sequel is because Fede Alvarez was actually on it and he was doing his thing. He was given almost full autonomy on this. With him out of the picture and Ridley saying that he's taking back seat in Alien in general, he doesn't want to direct or
Yeah,
move
Ridley
forward
Scott's
with his
direction over
project.
the last couple of movies he's done has been,
He kind of
Yeah.
tarnished his own legend. He
Yeah.
was, let's say, late stage George Lucas and prequels. Even later stage than George Lucas, because actually the prequels can somehow defend themselves, but when it comes to Ridley Scott stuff, no, not really. Like,
Hey,
I'm sorry, but the sequel to Gladiator isn't exactly defending itself well.
hey, Duck Mom.
George Lucas
Yes.
is a fascinating case study.
I,
How
s-
about you
I-
first?
I see that,
just sent
Gross.
you a message. Okay.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay, thank you.
What?
Oh, we were talking about the Frugal Gourmet, but it gets into something we can't talk about on this without risking them getting mad at us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if you talk about a lot of criminal things that involve certain things that we won't go into, YouTube will flag you, and Twitch is not much better. So we're not going to go there today. But if anybody wants to talk about it afterwards, I have no details. But even, if you say words like unaliving or causing the unaliving of another person, both of those can get you strikes on YouTube. So there are actually
It's the real word for that. Unaliving is a word that got created because you can't
Right.
say the real word for
Yeah,
that.
you can't say the real words. So there is a case going on. I think it just wrapped up in court, where instead of saying the person did something to another one, they are now calling him a murderer because that won't flag it for some reason, or a killer.
I've seen PDF calling people PDF instead of
Yeah.
the P word.
PDF as opposed to anything else. Yeah, because that's YouTube. But as we have to remember, YouTube and Twitch are privately held. The concept of you can say anything doesn't apply because you have agreed to join their little community here and you abide by their rules.
A lot of people think that at least here in the U.S., that the First Amendment right protects you from
It
consequences.
doesn't apply to private entities like
Right.
Twitter and
It doesn't, and it doesn't spare you from consequences if you speak in public about it. So it's like you have a right to say anything, but you can't say fire in a theater.
Yeah. Now it's like, yeah, the government's not going to prosecute you for saying that a certain person's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But your job can say you're fired.
Yep, they can.
Yep.
So, there's
Regarding job, I always wondered if I was in the procurement of any big company. Would I want my product to be represented in ads or such on platforms who are as obsessive as Twitch or YouTube with their cleanup operations.
Yeah, a lot of companies opt
But
not
they're
to
getting really
advertise.
tired of it.
There are a lot of companies that will not advertise on YouTube, and that's why you see a lot of these commercials that are for questionable products. You know, it's probably not legit, but they'll get money, so very much scam oriented. Some are legit. I mean, a lot of companies like insurance companies and small local businesses advertise through YouTube and things like that, but also a lot of companies won't because they don't like their practices. And that becomes a consequence for YouTube of making those decisions. So it works both ways. Oh.
It's like, guys, thing is they kind of have to cater to the advertisers because they want money, but then again, there's a certain line that companies won't cross.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, but those people who are getting tossed out because they said the wrong word for self-deletion or other such,
Yeah.
they are my potential customers.
It does open a door for that, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Who's the
Sure
new one
does.
that's going into competition with YouTube? And I can't remember the name of it. It's not.
There's a new website that tries to be competition to YouTube. At last.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, so many people are getting upset with YouTube that they're getting some success, especially with YouTube's new channels or new limitations. I've seen a lot of people going to it. Is
I've seen a headline once where a manufacturer of gun holsters, not the guns themselves,
The holsters.
holsters for the things, where you put in possibly guns or gummy bears or whatever you want. The holsters themselves have a promotion channel on a certain site that has hub in the name and very little gorm. Because they don't care what you put on their site.
Do you
May
know what
have
it's called? 'Cause I'm
Something
curious
to do
now.
with guns or not. May have been for adults or not.
let's see. So some of the alternatives right now for YouTube aren't particularly successful. There's Vimeo, Rumble, Dailymotion. Those are probably the big ones. Nebula, that was the one I was thinking of. Oh, but it's
Nebula
primarily
is-
educational.
Yeah.
Oh well,
It's a pay-to-view model, I suppose, yeah.
So
yeah.
there's no cute kittens videos. It's just education.
No, Dailymotion probably has got your cute kittens. What's this one? Dailymotion is not primarily US, so not a great alternative if you don't want to risk it right now. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to go do real life stuff like crawl back into bed for a little bit and then go hit the gym because it's still dark. Yay! I'll pretend it's night for a little bit. On behalf of everybody here at the Dark Mom Consortium, everybody here at Welcome to the Moopsyverse Wrong Show. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back in about 10 hours. I want to do some stuff with the KDF. I know we don't have a lot of people who played KDF, but with it being a KDF recruitment thing, if anybody wants to, we can do a KDF evening, or at least a KDF hour. The KDF evening hour. But we'll
be thinking we all have KDF characters, don't we?
Well, Chris doesn't.
I mean, I have
What?
a neglected one that's probably level 45 because that's where I left it.
Yeah, I have probably more KDF than I have Federations because of all of Ed's. He loved his KDF, so we have so many. But I almost never play them, and so when I'm not with you guys, like last night, I stayed up for an hour playing some KDF stuff. But yeah, I'd love to do KDF, so let's kick off with some KDF tonight. Cliff's got a couple. All right, Cliff. Whew, bring your KDF and let us rock and roll. But in the mornings, I think, because Chris is here and doesn't have a KDF, I will not do that in the mornings.
No worries. I don't come
Hey.
in the evening, so.
Yeah, exactly. You're not here in the evenings, we'll do that in the evenings. You're here in the mornings, we'll do beds in the morning. All right, everyone, go have a wonderful day, and as we'd like to say around here, stay Moopsy!
Who
Who are you? you say?
Moopsy.